another. And I want to tell you right now, the sister that we're going to be interviewing this evening is it's funny. If you first meet Brenda, you're like, oh, she's so sweet. Yes, she is. She is a nurturer. She's gonna make sure you're taken care of. This sister is unstoppable. It's just been such a pleasure over the years to watch her grow as a business owner, to see her, the strength that she has, taking care of her family, taking care of her mom, taking care of her dad, and everything she's gone through with that, and still being able to come out on top. And she if you've known Brenda, you know that she's been this amazing designer, and she and had the African clothes and the accessories, and she had this amazing brand. And the next thing I know, this sister lets me know, she was like, oh no honey, I'm flipping this. I am starting a digital marketing company called Brenda Dezigns for entrepreneurs over the age of 60, to make sure that they are straight in the whole digital realm. Oh, just yes. What? I am so excited for y'all to have a chance to meet her today and learn a little bit more about who she is and what she's doing, because she is just such an unstoppable force that you just take out your notebook and get it. You can just get ready to have this, listen to this great conversation. And so I want to introduce you to Brenda Mickens, who is the founder of Brenda Dezigns. Guys, please give it up in the chats for Miss Brenda Mickens. What's going on, sis? We
Man,
Yes, yes,
if
yes.
we haven't been through some stuff.
Look, technology I feel like it fights us all the time, but guys, Brenda is my 3 a.m. Let me call Brenda with this fantastic idea. She has saved all y'all from some terrible, terrible ideas that I have come up with at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I'll be like, Brenda, girl, this is what we about to do. And she'll just listen, go, okay, all right, sis. Um, why don't you sleep on that? Which is signal for that's not it. Don't do that to us, girl. she but she has really been that person in the background who has just quietly helped me shape what we've been doing over the past couple of years. And I'm so excited to be able to learn more about this new direction that you've gone into, that you didn't tell anybody about it. You were just working silently in the background, and then to come out here and say, no, this is what I'm doing now. And I am so excited. So I can't wait for everyone to learn a little bit more. And then once we're done, guys, if you have any questions, just write them down, because we'll have a few minutes once we're done with this conversation to give you an opportunity to ask Brenda some questions. All right. All right, guys. So Brenda, just introduce yourself, tell the ladies who you are, what you do, a little bit about yourself, and then let's talk about your business.
Well, everybody, I hope you all having a great day. I am Brenda Mickens, and I am the owner of Brenda Dezigns LLC, digital products that empower. And we do help seasoned entrepreneurs age 60 and over to leverage the power of AI to advance their business and to enhance their lifestyle. When Maya was talking about calling me in the middle of the night and going over ideas, she left out the part that she really has some great ideas. And she's always thinking, and she's always trying to make things better for anyone in the group. So don't let her fool you. She's got some fantastic things coming up. And I'm excited that you all will be here to take advantage of that. I am a native Richmonder. Well, I was actually born in South Carolina and raised in Richmond. So I am a Southerner. I'm a Southern gal. And I love being a Southerner because we have the best food, we throw the best parties, and Southern hospitality is real. I know some people, when they come from other places, they say, I just don't get Richmond. What is going on here? But they just don't get it, you know. If you know, you know, right?
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So when you were talking about my former business, and I kept the name because
Hmm.
I didn't want to divert that far away from what I was doing. And I figured, well, designing fashion, designing digital products, that's it's not that far of a fetch. But the reason that I decided to pivot and make that move is because, and I had been doing it for years and love African fashion, made in Africa fashion, authentic, made by African hands fashion. I just love it. And it got to the point where the shipping it became a really big challenge. It
Hmm.
just tripled. The shipping cost tripled. And then in addition to that, the US dollar became devalued.
Mm,
And
yep.
so my money wouldn't go as far. I couldn't buy the things that I would normally be able to buy to actually keep my store stocked.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it was a hard decision, and it took me a while to actually just pull the plug and say, okay, I've got to stop this. I've got to do something different. But I'm not going back to a 9 to 5. So I had to do what I had to do in order to make this work. And I had been introduced to some AI tools, and I know that AI is already here. It's not even the future anymore. It's already
Right,
here.
right.
And if you don't jump on that AI bandwagon, you're going to get left behind. And I'm
Hmm.
really hoping, as a Black individual myself, I'm really hoping that Black people will take advantage of the opportunity to learn AI so that we won't be left behind. You know, as you were talking before about Black women in particular, the way we've been treated. And sometimes we might feel that we don't have any power. Excuse me. But I'd like to tell you that you do have power because an entire system is not going to make you feel small if you don't have power. So that's where all of this is out. All of this is about is to help us feel, try to make us feel small and powerless. So I want to urge all of you business owners or entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs, don't let the system make you feel small. Okay.
Absolutely.
Recognize that you do have that power.
Absolutely.
So the reason that I decided to go into business in the digital AI marketing space was because I used these AI tools in my own business
Hmm.
and saw what a difference that it made. It just overwhelms me every time I put in a prompt. What I get back, it just amazes me. And I know a lot of people say, well, that makes you lazy. And, you just plagiarizing, you're using other people's work. Don't believe that stuff. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't want to do anything with their lives and they don't want you to do anything with yours. Just ignore that stuff and find out for yourself. Start with your cell phone. I didn't know that my cell phone already has Copilot and Gemini and Perplexity. It already has that on there.
Hmm.
So if you're afraid to make a commitment, to an online tool, to a membership or whatever, start with your phone. Just ask it, simple questions. Um, we're planning a trip, my son and his fiance and stepson, we're planning a trip to Hawaii for the fall to see my son that's in Hawaii. I've got two sons. And so we were looking at the Airbnbs. And so I found one that I think, everybody likes. So I put the cost in. I went to, I think I used Copilot on that one. So I put the cost in. I said, split this among 4 people, and we may get insurance on the, or we may not. So give me 2 scenarios, one with the insurance, one without. We've got 5 months to set aside money to pay for it. And how much would we have to put aside each month, each month in order to get there? I put that in and the thing spit it out for me. And then I said, well, put it in a table. Okay. And instead of just putting it in a table, it asked me, do you want me to create a beautiful graphic design of this information for you to share with your fellow travelers? And oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it gave me the most beautiful printout that I would have probably spent all day trying to do myself,
Mhm.
trying to do the figures, trying to make it pretty, because we always have to make it look pretty. And it took no time at all. And it, just saved me so much time, because I really should have been doing other stuff. I just took the little break. I said, well, let me try to, put something together real quick, because, those of you who have sons, they're not always as proactive as they should be.
Any
So
boy moms out there,
yeah. So
you know how that works.
I
Yes.
wanted to go ahead and get the ball rolling, you know. So and I did that on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you want to ask me something?
Yeah. Well, of course, but you finish what you were saying. You're rolling. So you're doing great. You're doing great, girl.
I was just going to say that after I used some of these AI tools, I became an affiliate marketer for them.
Yeah.
And I decided that I wanted to share what I learned with the other seasoned entrepreneurs, the baby boomers. And so the thing that I believe makes us different is that our business model is specifically designed for people over 60,
Mhm.
for the baby boomers. And we don't use a lot of jargon and a lot of hype and a lot of flash, buy now, in our advertising or on our website, because we don't like that. I'm a boomer myself, and we just don't like that. We don't trust people who are flashy and salesy. So we tailor our wording to specifically address what our seasoned entrepreneurs find comfortable.
Mhm.
And our learning path, once you get to our website, you'll see that we have a clear step-by-step connections that we make, offering learning tools that are self-paced, and they come with a built-in community that continues to provide the ongoing support.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
So when you're working, and so a lot of us in your we're looking at, you know, how to make sure that we are attracting the people that we're actually trying to attract. And that's one thing we talk about a lot here as far as visibility. It's one thing to say, hey, I know Brenda, oh yeah, Brenda does digital marketing. And it's another thing to say, no, y'all need to talk to Brenda. If you are a seasoned entrepreneur, she's the person you so it really, you're turning yourself into a magnet essentially.
Yeah.
So in addition to, the type of, the type of the aesthetic of the site, what are some ways that you are specifically attracting the baby boomer generation? And if for those who are here, if you are if one of your like ideal client, if it's in the boomer generation, put it in the chat, because I'm curious to see who else is working with the baby. I'm a Gen Xer, right? So Gen X is what attracts us is different than what attracts the baby boomer generation. And so what are some of the other
Mhm.
things that you are doing to specifically talk to the baby? Because I don't know what to say to baby boomers.
Just
So
keep
what are you
just
saying to the baby boomers?
just keep it simple. Just a simple, straightforward language that they don't have to try to read between the lines.
Mm.
You know, don't use these terms that would you say you are a Gen Zer? Don't
I'm a Gen Xer. Oh, good
Oh,
Lord.
you're an Xer?
My,
Okay.
my my brain might think I'm Gen Z, but my body is
Okay.
reminding me every day that I am Gen X,
Yeah.
right? So
Don't use these terms that you all make up and only you know what they mean.
okay.
And your website can be interactive, and your marketing on your social pages, they can be interactive, but nothing that's gonna make them, not know where to look. I've seen
Mhm.
some social media posts that have the tiny, tiny writing on it, the scrolling up, and it's not scrolling up slow, it's scrolling up fast, and it's, you know, can make people like me dizzy. So be very careful about that if you're trying to attract a seasoned individual. Um, when you have your slides or your videos transition from one scene to another, make it slow. Don't, everything is, people want it fast, 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 but we'll miss it. If it's too fast, we'll miss it. So things like that to keep in mind. And I use a lot of bright colors because I'm a bright colored person, but doing it in such a way that, it won't be offensive to some,
Mhm.
things like that you need to keep in mind, and just allowing them to see connections. What does this have to do with that? What does this have to do with that? Not like some of these commercials that you see on TV and you don't know what they're advertising, you know? So make sure that everything is very straightforward.
Gotcha. Okay. So with you working with AI more now, I think one concern for a lot of business owners is that we're losing our individuality. When the more AI we use, everybody's flyers look the same, and I always feel bad for my restaurant owners that are using AI flyers, and there's just a list of people complaining underneath that don't look like real food, So, how can a business owner use AI effectively, but still keep, their individuality?
hmm Well, that's very key, especially in when you're doing your writing your content, because computers, they're computers. They don't feel the way we feel. They don't talk, with feeling the way you do. So you actually have to get the tool that you're using to be familiar with the way you speak.
Hmm.
And as it spits something out to you, you can reject it. You don't have to say, okay, I'm just going to print it off. You can say, no, I would not I would not use this word. No, I would not say this way. And it's a back and forth. It's really a conversation that you're having with the AI tool.
Hmm.
So you have to keep that in mind. Now, that kind of gets into giving out too much information. A lot of people don't like giving out their personal information, but I'll do it, because I want to get what I want to get,
Right.
and I don't want somebody to look at what I put out and say, she ain't right that, you know. And the way I look at that is like, people who think it's a shortcut, they're the same people that I went to elementary school with that would copy directly from the World Book Encyclopedia.
Yes, Lord. Word for
It's the
word.
same thing. You
Shout out
have
World
to,
Book.
you have to make it your own, record your own voice,
Mhm.
saying the things that you normally say in order to get the AI tool to understand who you are and what you're going for.
Yeah, absolutely. I created it's called my voice DNA. And it took I mean, it took a while for it to really have a clear understanding of exactly, how I speak, what type of punctuation I
Mhm,
use, what I
mhm.
never use. Like, don't put an emoji in my stuff. I'm not an
Yeah,
emoji person. I mean, it really it took a while for it to be able to learn my voice. And even then, you still have to go back in and say, nope, this is not what I would do, and then fix it. AI is there as a resource. It shouldn't
right.
replace the entrepreneur. So
Absolutely.
as a Black woman in this
Mhm,
space, and I know we have some other IT folks in here too, as a Black
mhm.
woman in this space, like, what do you want us to understand about this industry and how to take advantage of it?
We have to learn for ourselves the pros and the cons and stop listening to people who don't know what they're talking about. You know, just like I said, start with your phone.
Hmm.
Go to Copilot and say, I'm designing a t-shirt for my family reunion, and we want trees, but we don't want the traditional family tree. We want our tree to have a female face, and we want the branches to be locks and braids. Do that.
Hmm.
Find out for yourself. And anything that you could, especially in your business, anything that you could use help doing, something that might take up too much of your time that you need to be spending on something else. Uh, Give it to AI.
Hmm.
Let AI organize your email list. Let AI write some of your marketing content. Do start small and just give it small task at a time, just doing what you're comfortable doing,
Yeah.
and then get to the point where you trust it, you become friends, and it's almost like a business partner.
I saw in the chat, I think Erica, you have a name. Your AI, your chat's name is it Ellie? Does anybody else have a name for their chat GPT? Al, Shalonda said her
Yes.
chat name is Al. My chat's name is Sage, and she named herself. I'm gonna just let y'all know that's our relationship right now. She actually named herself. Helena's chat name is Gracie. I've seen Gracie. Chatty Patty, man, Chatty Ellie Sage. I love it. I love it. Right. And so, as we're learning this technology, we definitely Chatika, not Chatika. I said something to the chat the other day. She was like, "Girl, hold on, let me sit down and listen." And I was like, "Who is she talking to? What is happening?" But I love the fact that, as this one thing that we have to learn specifically in our community is when something comes out, we are very quick to say, I'm not doing that. While folks who don't look like us are pausing and saying, no, we're going to go ahead and learn this. And they're
Yeah.
moving faster than we are because we're so, you know, just hesitant to step
Hmm.
into something new. And this is not, I mean, it's not going anywhere. We want them to do better
Right.
data centers. We don't want them to mess up our water supplies and all that good stuff, so we have to use it responsibly. We
Hmm.
don't have to create every new ChatGPT picture of ourselves just because a new prompt came out. We need to use it
Right.
responsibly, but we have to use it, Brenda. So just as kind of to wrap this up, what would be your message to even just our folks who are here listening live? What would be your message to entrepreneurs, going forward over this next year? What do we need to do in our business to really make sure that we are taking advantage of this movement?
We need to, like I said, educate ourselves. If you are not at a place where you want to spend money for, to learn how to use different AI tools, there's Course, ERA. I don't know if it's pronounced Course, ERA, or Coursera.
Coursera. Yep, Coursera.
Coursera, that you can get free classes on that. Google has free classes that you can learn how to use AI, and just start doing that, because you've got to learn it. If you don't learn it, you will not only be left behind, you will be trampled over in the process of being left behind.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, I want to just, in the chat, just y'all give it up for Brenda. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, sharing this new business with us. And I know I really want to make sure that they are able to contact you. And so I want you to put your info in the chat. But if you wanted to share, I know you wanted to share your screen.